and welcome to tonight's show of Battle of the Sexes, your favorite talk show. Now, the first claim made by our opposition tonight is that men are more interested in objects from birth. Now, this would explain their infatuation with their dick size, but I have an example that debunks this. A group of kindergartners were taken into a room and shown where an object was placed. They were then spun around with their eyes closed. When they were done spinning, they had to use their spatial skills to find the object in the room. And not everyone was able to complete this task, girls and boys alike. So this suggests that boys are not born with an advantage in spatial awareness. And it also proves that would be the best drinking game ever. But anyway, there's been 3 generations of studies done on infants, and these infants were gauged on their reaction to specific objects. Now, the results did find that guys were more interested in objects, but the thing is, you can't replicate this experiment. I mean, they're adults now, and also the sample size was way too small, and the researchers themselves were biased. They're just trying to find what they wanted to find. So, Elizabeth Spelk stated that there are no differences, absolutely no differences between male and female spatial awareness and how they determine mechanical relationships. They develop the same way. There's absolutely no difference. So that debunks their stuff.
Thank you, Doug, for your input on the first claim of this argument. And with that, I would like to cordially invite you to the 21st century, where we believe that God has graced the male race with socioeconomic superiority and mathematical advantage. And for that reason, I would like to continue to the second claim that males have superior numerical abilities producing greater aptitude for mathematics. I quote, "Research on selected groups of highly talented students reveals some disparities in performance on speeded tests of quantitative reasoning, but highly selected male and female students also show equal abilities to learn mathematics." End quote. You don't say. In another attempt to prove the sexist claim, researchers discuss the possibility of the mathematical discrepancy in terms of it being due to biological difference. There are 5 different cognitive systems responsible for adults' mathematical thinking, and research shows that there is no consistent sex difference in the study of these systems. Actually, the only reported sex difference did, in fact, favor females. The research concluded that females, I quote, "Infants, children, and adults are equally adept at representing small, exact, and large approximate numbers." End quote. Other studies show that there are no sex differences among male and females in their ability to acquire the quantifier system necessary for language and learn the workings of the counting routine in mathematics. There's more, don't worry. In addition, boys and girls perform equal on the following tasks through various developmental stages in their life. They did equally well in representing the location of hidden objects, engaging in the form of mental rotation, becoming sensitive to various landmarks, and using landmarks to locate various objects around them. There are, however, slight differences in the preference in the way in which females and males complete mathematical problems. In Steven Pinker's The Blank Slate, it was found that while men were better at deciphering word problems, women were better at making actual calculations. Similarly, according to Spelk, females tend to excel with verbal fluency, arithmetic calculation, and memory for spatial locations of objects, and males tend to excel on tests of verbal analogies, mathematical word problems, and memories for geometric configuration of an environment. However, differences are not disparities. In conclusion, males and females have different cognitive profiles, only when presented with complex tasks that can be solved in a multitude of ways. But males and females show equal performance on tasks that tap the core foundations of mathematical thinking. I quote, "Men and women show no differences in general intelligence. On average, they are exactly the same, right on the money." End quote.
Well, there are 3 kinds of people in this world: those who are good at math and those who aren't. To begin, our third and final claim made by the opposition is that males are more fluid in cognitive abilities and therefore prevail in mathematics. However, this is not the case, as research shows that males and females on average have equal talent for math and science. As a matter of fact, college males and females earn degrees in mathematics at nearly equal rates. Who would have thought that girls are actually good at something other than cooking and shopping, right? Anyway, not only that, but they also earn virtually equal grades. These results were demonstrated by using, I quote, the most meaningful measure we have, their ability to assimilate new, challenging material in demanding mathematics classes at top-flight institutions, end quote. Through this assessment, no difference between highly talented girls and boys was found. Nonetheless, it is no secret that men tend to earn more degrees in engineering and physics, while women tend to earn more degrees in biology and medicine. Maybe this explains why some men pull that lame, it's not about the length of the vector that counts, it's about how you apply that force crap. Anyway, it is important to mention that this gap is not due to intrinsic aptitude or mathematical talent, but perhaps due to gender stereotypes. You know, those silly concepts that say that somehow men are smarter than females. Regardless, one study of how parents perceive their children asked, I quote, how talented do you think your child is in mathematics? In which parents of sons were more confident to judge that their sons had talent than parents of daughters. An array of objective measures such as grades in school, teacher evaluations, performance on standardized tests, and children's expressed interest in math uncovered no differences between the boys and girls. Overall, despite the significantly different ways in which males and females are perceived, both show equal aptitude for mathematics. And remember, fellow classmates, there is one claim that still holds true, and this is, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider, and girls go to college to get more knowledge.
Henry Kissinger once said, no one will ever win the battle of the sexes. There's just too much fraternizing going on between the two of them.
Why, hello, Doug. I just wanted to come over and let you know that your work is one of the most fine examples of mathematical accomplishments among scholarly students for many decades. Fist bump.
Gee, thanks, Press.
Hey, Dana, you know that premise you proposed the other day was very rational. However, it was subpar in comparison to your brother's work, which was incredibly delightful.